your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
We're going to talk about it right now. Formally have requested an invitation to the SEC, the University of Texas, and the University of Oklahoma have formally made that request. And now the Big 12, instead of blaming themselves for this, through no competition and having no schools that can really play with Texas and Oklahoma, the Big 12 has blamed ESPN. They've sent a cease and desist letter to ESPN because they say, you've destabilized our conference. You're trying to get super conferences. You're trying to build it better for a TV audience. You're to blame for this, not our lackluster ability to play defense, not our lackluster ability to do anything other than, have something at Texas and Oklahoma. I say this is about a bad league, not about ESPN.
I don't think this is good for football. We're moving with this move. We're moving
Super conferences
further away from parity.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have
the SEC is already a super conference. So what is it now?
right.
I mean, how many?
But isn't this where they're going? The ACC, the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the SEC. They're all trying to build super conferences.
Well, what will it end up being? I mean, right now, how many power conferences are there?
There's 5 right now. The Big 12, the Big 10, and Big 12, Big 10, Pac-12, SEC, and ACC.
This moves it to 4.
Right.
This moves it to 4. Let's be clear. The Pac-10 or Pac-12 isn't really a super conference. They haven't had a team have a legitimate chance of winning a national championship in football in how long?
But I think you're looking at this wrong, Galen, and here's why.
Oh, okay.
Here's why. I believe that the powers that be, the presidents, and this is people think that this has something to do with football, or this has to do with the presidents of the universities and TV rights. Okay, they want 4 conferences and only 4 conferences only. They don't care whether it's the Big 12 or the Pac-12. Because some of these schools from the Big 12, if Texas and Oklahoma get invited to the SEC, which is almost a given, then the other Big 12 schools are going to be having to look for school place to go. West Virginia's already said, hey, we want to go to the ACC. They've already said it. They're going to split up what's left in the Big 12, and if it had been the Pac-12, they would have done the same thing with the Pac-12. They're going to divide up. Schools are going to join the Pac-12. Schools are going to join the Big 10. Schools are going to join the ACC. The schools at the Pac-12, the Big 12, will go to the other 4 conferences, and you'll have 4 major conferences, which will be perfect for TV because you can have the first place and second place teams in an 8-team football playoff. And this is all about TV ratings and TV rights. The math works better this way. And it's all the Big 12. When they say it's about ESPN, it's not just about ESPN. It's about TV. This is how it's been going for years. And you're going to have all the other schools like Georgia Southern and schools like that who shouldn't have never left 1AA. They're going to create another league, and it's going to be useless. And like you said, parity's out the window. You can forget about parity. There's going to be about 60 schools. And that's it. That's all the TV cares about, and everybody else will be underlings. That's what's happening.
Well, I hate it. I mean, I do. I just hate it. I'm sorry, and I think this is bad for college football. And again, it takes a team like UCF or what was it, Utah a couple of years ago. There's always that one team that's on the outside.
Utah joined the Pac-12 because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so,
But the teams like Boise State, Boise State, USF, UCF, they're either going to have to get invites from some of these conferences, which they won't do, or they're going to have to create their own underling league, like 1AA is already there for that purpose.
And we know that it's gonna potentially bankrupt some of these schools, right?
Of course it is.
Look, UAB had to get a bailout from a booster to open up again. Right? And they were a pretty good school, football-wise. They were competitive. But their just location, being in the state of Alabama, with Auburn and Alabama and Georgia right across the street with Georgia Tech, it's just their location. So it makes it really difficult for a team like UAB to compete financially.
And it's going to make teams like, look, my alma mater, they're not going to be able to compete. Appalachian State, they may get invites to the ACC. There's talk about Appalachian State has done enough.
Coastal Carolina's in there too, but App State's got the infrastructure.
They do. They really do.
But there's no way they're getting another team from North Carolina in the ACC. It's just not going to happen unless Wake Forest goes away. Right? They're just. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
Well, there's talk that App State can be invited by a couple different conferences. So I know that this is blasphemy to some people.
What other conference?
Well,
Big Ten?
Yep.
Big Ten doesn't want to be in North Carolina. They do not want to be in North Carolina.
I'm just telling you.
They want to get into New York. They want to get into the Northeast.
Can you give a brother a minute to know that I went to school. I was a GA for the football program at Appalachian State when I was in graduate school. I have a few people that are still there that I know real well that have said there's been serious talk about joining both the Big Ten and the ACC with those conferences. Not from App State's end, but from those conferences. Because the ACC, literally the ACC would like to have the Eastern Seaboard, and if they add another school from North Carolina, they don't care one way or the other. They really don't. That's what I've been told from my friends that still work in the program at App State, is that the ACC is probably the landing spot for Appalachian State if there is a landing spot for Appalachian State. But the point you're making is very good. It's ruining college football that we've been talking about needing landing spots. And I don't know if you agree with this or not. I know some people will say, Tom, it's because you like tradition and everything. I thought college football ruined itself when it started with the BCS. I knew this was the path. I knew this was the road we would end up on when the BCS happened, because they wanted a true champion. There was a lot to be said for the arguments that were had in the 70s about whether Notre Dame was better than Nebraska or USC was better than Nebraska. The last time we had a tied national championship in 1990, who was better, Georgia Tech or Colorado? I don't even think it's close. I think Colorado was a better football team. But they both went undefeated, so they shared the national championship. I see nothing, and people are like, well, you need a champion. Look, college football was great when they shared national championships. It was great. The Cotton Bowl was great, that you knew the Southwest Conference was going to play in the Cotton Bowl every year. And they may say that we're national champions, even though they played somebody that wasn't, the SEC played the Sugar Bowl every year, and the Big Ten and the Pac-12 played in the Rose Bowl every year. And you knew that was going to happen. You knew the Orange Bowl, who was going to represent, the Big Eight was going to be in the Orange Bowl every year. You knew these things. Now, there's no loyalty, there's no tradition, there's nothing of that. All right, Galen, we got to wrap this up. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
You just want a 10-minute rant to give me a chance to...
Well, but you agree with what I say. So.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Today's Bloodmobile is we're at the Walmart right there in the shore, so come by and see us. Good to get the life. And as always, we're in emergency need, and we are giving away a $20 gift card for all donors. So.
And on the Boulevard, you can go to Boulevard, too.
Right there. That's exactly right. 1607 East Silver Spring Boulevard. And give blood, state for Ross.
Galen, from Light South, thanks for being here. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
We'll be right back after this short time out. You listen to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Farming.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there?
Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary